Welcome to the Disney Countdown Show.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Hello, and welcome back to the Disney Countdown Show. We are so happy to have you here. My name is Megan, aka the Magical Millennial, and I am joined this morning by my wonderful co-host, the Dapper Danielle. How are you doing, Danielle?
Megan, in all honesty, I am struggle busting.
Oh no.
I don't know what happened this morning, but do you ever have those moments where you're like, oh my goodness, picture this. Alarm is set. Alarm goes off. I wake up, get ready, full face, shower, ready to go, here on time. It's good to go. And then the second alarm goes off and I realize the entire thing's a dream.
Oh my gosh, you got ready in a dream.
The point, like, down to the minuscule detail where I had like a stray eyebrow hair, and I remember in this dream like plucking it, and then also like kind of like messing up my finger, but specifically this pointer finger with like my curling iron. And I was like, oh wow, that kind of hurt. No, this is the same spot where I like got a little bit of oil on myself the other night from cooking, and that I must have turned over in my sleep and hurt it, and thought in my dream that it was a curling iron, and I legit thought I was like awake until all of a sudden the other alarm goes off, and I'm like, what just happened? What did I just go back in time, or like what? Oh gosh. So I'm struggling this morning. I'm still trying to decide what's reality and what's not.
You know what? That's fair. I don't think have I had that happen? Maybe once or twice, but your brain just like completely played a trick on you. And that was very mean.
It's happened a couple other times where like I'll like go to work, and I know that's not real because it's from a job that I did 3-4 years ago. So I would have flashback dreams of like getting ready and going into like Bibliotheque Boutique or into Ever After Jewelry Company, and I'm like, I don't work there anymore. Why am I getting ready? And that's how I knew it was a dream. But this one I was like, this was weird.
Like, no, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This makes sense. So why would it be not real?
Right. No, it was a struggle. I think it's because I was up too late last night is really what it was. And the ADHD, man, it was kicking in. It was working overtime, and I understand. Doom scrolling for figuring out how to create the acrylic plexiglass trees that were in the contemporary in the 1970s, because I think that would look great right there behind my little chair, and I want to take up the window so that the light reflects through it. And so I was pretty. Oh, it would be gorgeous, but I was spiraling for over an hour to figure out if I could do it myself or I had pay someone to make it for me. So
oh, okay. I love that. It's thinking of interior design late at night. Yes, that's my favorite pastime too, obviously.
It's not, you go on it, you go through Pinterest and you're like, oh my goodness, what should we do? You have this whole new space to create with, and now you're like, oh my goodness.
You know, that's true. With a new space, definitely that does take up more of your brain space, I think. I'm still figuring out artwork in our place, and I'm also trying to organize the office still, which is why I'm still at my kitchen table and not in my second room that we have. So next week, guys, you'll see me in a different spot. But well, I'm glad you are here, Danielle, because we have a very fun episode today. We are counting down our top 10. So this episode is 6 through 10 Disney character meet and greets. So that's in the park. So we're very excited to do that. Looking forward to our list. And then I also have a fun update for you, Danielle, and for everyone. So in season 2, and then again in season 3, we let you know how many countries our show has been downloaded in. Well, that number has increased a lot over the last few months, and we are now up to 89 total countries. 89. There are 195 countries in the world, and we've been downloaded in almost half of them. How crazy is that?
I'm trying to math over here. It's still too early to math. But that's like a lot. That's amazing.
It's a lot. I know. Super exciting.
Wow.
So hello, world. Hello, this planet. That is amazing. Thank you all so much for listening.
I'm
We,
like
of course,
honored.
if you-
I don't know what to say.
isn't
Like,
that cool?
how do you react to that? It's just like you
I
want to
don't
go through
know.
and individually thank each of these countries or these people that are represented from all these countries, and just be like, okay, so how did you find us? So what
Right?
happened? Not that we're angry that you're here, but we just want to know. Like, we're genuinely curious.
We are, of course, so happy to spread the magic to you. Disney spreads out also across the world. We got lots of people that love Disney, and we're just happy to be a part of the magic. So, where you're listening right now, if you want to let us know, that would be amazing. You could DM us or post a little story on your Instagram, tag Disney Countdown Show, and we will absolutely share it to our stories, because it's so cool that we are in that many countries across the world.
So cool.
Yeah,
So cool.
that's so cool. I know. But speaking of people discovering us from around the world, if you are new here, if this is your first time listening, or you have yet to do so, please follow us on the socials. We are at Disney Countdown Show on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, and Pod Disney on Twitter/the X. We also post our full YouTube videos, so you can see our smiling faces every week of our episodes, and that's youtube.com/Countdown Network. And then we do have our personal socials that we post on almost every day. I am at the Magical Millennial _. She is at the Dapper Danielle on all the things. Or of course you can subscribe to our show, which is that's an option too. We appreciate that as well.
Oh yeah, we for sure appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we also really appreciate when you rate and review us, and that can be on anywhere you listen to, whether it be Spotify, where you can do the little stars, and then you can send us your review through the Instagrams. You can do that too, or through email. Or if you go through Apple, that's where you can give us the stars, plus also write in your review. And that's how we actually have a couple of reviews. We have some reviews and some DMs to go through today, Megan.
Yes, we do.
I have this first one. We got a whole fam over here from Instagram. It's from Glenn, Jenny, and Dean on Instagram.
Hooray! Hi, family.
Hooray! And it says, just listening to the season final, and they quote mine.
I saw that.
It says, single and ready to act awkward around anybody they find reasonably attractive. That was 100% me when I was single. I love it.
Yep.
Can't wait for the new season. You never know what kind of Danielle or Megan the Magical Millennial one-liners you're going to get in these episodes. You never know.
Danielle, you have some classic ones that I think a lot of people can relate to, and I do as well.
That's what we try to do here on the podcast, is we try to relate to you when you least expect it. That's really what it is.
Just a little. Sometimes we get a little more unhinged, and things just come out of our mouth.
Some of y'all don't even listen to the bonus episodes. Y'all know that. Sometimes it can get really interesting over there.
We'll get into that in a second, absolutely. But this next one comes to us from Tammy on Instagram, and she says, "I have finally joined this century and began listening to podcasts. Yours is the first. I haven't quite gotten up to current, but I'm loving it. So fun and engaging." And then I've watched Megan and Danielle. I'm assuming on the socials, which thank you so much, Tammy. We do appreciate that, and thank you for making us your first podcast. That is a big honor right there. That's very cool.
Really cool.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Aww. I feel like I'm really happy that we kind of had this break, because most of these are people getting caught up on their episodes.
Yes, it's important to have a break. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and people are like, "Wait, you have a podcast?" And we're like, "Yeah." And so they're like, "Oh, you've been on 2 of the 3 seasons. We gotta get super caught up." So we're so happy that you're here. If you're finally getting caught up and listening to this episode, thank you so much. And this next one is also from Alice over on Instagram. And this one says, "For the past year, I've been catching up on all the episodes of the Disney Countdown podcast from the very beginning, whenever I've been driving to and from dog shows." Oh. They keep me company on the long drive, and I just love the magic it brings to tide me over until the next time I can come home to Disney. But yesterday I went to listen to the next episode, only to realize that I was now completely up to date and have to wait for my Disney fix until the next season. So I took myself over to Christmas Countdown and started that one from the beginning to tide me over. Love it too. But I felt a bit like cheating on a Disney Countdown show. Understandable. Can't wait for season 4. More Ratatouilles, Disney news, and all around magic. Thank you for making my long drives more magical. Oh, thank you, Alice. And I can vouch for the Christmas Countdown fam, our friends, Danny and Eric. They appreciate you listening to both of us. You know, just supporting the Countdown fam is what it is.
Yes, of course. That's our sister show, and they're doing a lot actually coming up here because we are now past 4th of July and getting into the Halloween season, which of course means we are starting to also get into like the second half of the year into Christmas. So they're going to be rolling with their show too. And gosh, we do love Danny and Eric. They're amazing. So thanks for listening to both of us. And actually, it's fun fact. I was looking on Instagram yesterday and I saw that Eric has a new gig for this Willy Wonka Spectacular. It's a kind of a spoof or parody on the disaster that was the Willy Wonka like pop-up over in
what?
I forget. Yeah, it's a total spoof, but I believe it's a musical that is a spoof of the catastrophe, which was the pop-up and I'm blanking on which country it was in.
Scotland.
It was in the UK.
Thank you, Scotland. And so he's going to be part of the cast in that. And my manager is actually helping produce that. So I was like, oh my God, small world. Eric is going to star in that. So that's kind of fun. Congratulations, Eric, on the new gig. But yeah, so more information on that as it comes out, because it's a funny thing that they are and very creative that they're coming up with. But yeah, all right. So
I guess it's playing the Fringe Festival in August.
Yes. Yeah. So,
that's
in a month? Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to look into this and learn all about it. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. All right. This next one comes to us from Amber on Instagram, and she says, I am finally almost caught up, and the couples episode was the first time I almost rioted in the streets in disagreement. At least they were both on your bonus list, but Helen and Bob Parr are true life realistic couple goals. She's my favorite character of all time, and they are my number one couple for sure. Amber, that's very fair. And I have a feeling that you're not alone in terms of the writing in the streets, because I feel like a lot of people do disagree. I just got my first like major disagreement. So many like not hate comments, but very like, polarizing comments in one of my videos, because I posted about Pixar and Pixar movies, and I will forever taking this to my grave, and I will say it again. Pixar is the most polarizing movie subject, I think, of all time. So because I'm not a big Cars fan. Cars is not my top 5. Danielle, I don't even think it made my top 10. So
I think it maybe it made my top 10, but it didn't make it like my top 5.
I wonder. I really need to scroll back and see. It wasn't my top 5 for sure, and the fact that it didn't make my top 5 sent a lot of people in a frenzy. So
Cars people, like there's the NASCAR fans, and then there's the actual car fans from Pixar. Like they're both two very intense fandoms.
It's very intense. It's number 11. It's not even my top 10. Oh, I just found it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sorry, y'all. I know, and that's okay. That's okay. We can agree, disagree. There's a reason that we have these. It's all based on opinions. It's definitely not fact. So we appreciate you being so passionate about it, and please let us know. Keep messaging us if you disagree. If you agree, you could shout at us, and we appreciate it. So again, DM us on Instagram, or you can leave us a review on Apple, and then that way we can read it and let more people know about the podcast.
Right. And I feel like that's the whole point of the podcast, right? Is to have a conversation. It's
Absolutely.
To bring the opinions of the East and the West Coast together, to talk it out, to talk to an audience that's from everywhere in between, actually not even in between, but around the world now. And everybody's going to have different things that they really like. Some of it's childhood related. A lot of it is not childhood related. You never know. You never know.
Very true. Very true.
So we appreciate y'all commenting and like talking to us. We really do.
Yeah,
Actually, speaking of, so our family that we call our Patreon family, that has grown even more so. And we have 3 different layers to our Patreon. So you can be a part, interact however much you want, but we do have 2 layers of our 2 layers, as if y'all are cakes. I mean, y'all sweet. I'll say that, but you ain't cake. And but we do have 2 layers of our Patreon are currently here. They're in our live chat, so they're watching us as we're recording. They're sending us DMs over in the messages right now, so we can read in real time what they're saying as we're recording. It's pretty awesome. But we have a couple more people that have been added to our family. We have, correct me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, y'all, Elaine, Aaron, Cassandra, Harrison, who's part of our DC33 family, and another Danielle has been added to the mix. Whoa!
Danielle. Wait, I know. There's another Danielle. Is this number 3? Is this number 2
I think
or
we're
3?
up to like 4.
Are we really? Wow.
The Danielle army is slowly growing. I think the thing is, we're up to 5. Our producer Danny is letting us know that we're up to 5 Danielles, not including myself. And
man.
What's awesome. Oh, we have 2 Megans. He's saying also.
Oh, you outnumber us. Okay,
I
that's
do.
okay.
See, the thing is
really
that Danielle's, we usually spell our names the exact same way. And then Megan's, you can have the H's
There's like
randomly in your
15
name.
different ways to spell that name. Yes. That's why I'm always, whenever someone comes up to me like in the parks or something and they're like, I'm also a Megan, and I'm like, how do you spell it? And they're like, no H. I'm like, let's go.
You're like, you're
even
cool.
though I don't care. But it's spelled the same way. Ours with MEGN is like the simplest way to spell it, but it's totally fine if you got an extra A in there somewhere, or an extra H, or an I. I have seen it spelled MEGIN. It's totally fine. Megan. Yeah.
You know, we still love them. We still love those types of Megans, but we know that your mama just wanted to make it harder for you in spelling class. That's really what it was. It's like your mama didn't want you to succeed in kindergarten. Is what it was.
I get even in my emails, like people email me back, even though I have my signature, I always sign with obviously my correct spelling of the name. There's always an H added in certain business emails, and I'm like, yeah, it's right there.
That's because all the chat things automatically like autocorrect it to like the other version. Which it can
do. You're absolutely right. It can do for sure, especially if you have a contact that has an H in their name. I understand.
Right.
It's okay. Anyway,
see, we're Danielle's. It's hard to mess up our names.
Very hard.
Again, yes. Unless your parent decides to throw in a random letter that does not belong. And I don't know. It's like Danielle's, we all usually get along. We usually all have the same mindset. We agree on a lot of things, and our personality types are usually very similar. So
that's very true.
We bond very easily. That's why we grow when we find others. Is why. Anyway, we do also have an exciting Patreon update. If you want to join our Patreon family, Patreon's website is actually doing a special right now where they will give you 10% off your membership if you pay the entire year up front, which is honestly pretty discounts. Cool. And and Megan, we're up to 300 members.
Over 300? What? That's crazy. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
The numbers are really impressing me right now. We got 89 countries. We got 300 Patreon members now. What's next? I don't know. We haven't even gotten to the news segment yet. There might be some numbers that shock us in that one too.
Maybe. That's so exciting. Hello, everyone. And of course, that does give you access to our bonus episodes. And if you are a paid subscriber on Spotify and Apple, you get the bonus episodes and ad-free versions of all full episodes, which I gotta tell you, ad-free is one of the best things ever. There is a reason that when I'm doing something or I'm cleaning up, I watch Netflix instead of Hulu, because Hulu, I'm not paying for the ad-free stuff. I have the cable or the live TV. I have ESPN. I have Disney Plus. I got the bundle, and that is enough for me. But there's a reason. I don't want to listen to ads when I am doing my thing, cleaning, because I like to watch shows in the background. It's like background music. And there's a reason, and it's ad-free stuff. So, hey, ad-free versions, that's amazing.
Accurate. And so I don't know if you saw this comment. Me and Danny were kind of joking around on one of our posts that we did. Actually, it was on a post that you and Danny ran into one of our Patreon followers.
Yes. Yep.
In Disneyland. Very cute photo. Jealous I wasn't there. It's fine. But since we're all going to be there here in next month for August at D23, Danny was saying that maybe we should do a DC33 meetup, because we have a lot of people that are also going to be over at D23 that are
100%.
from our DC33 family, and they kind of want to maybe do a meetup, and so we will be we got to work that out.
We got to schedule that. Yes, absolutely. I love that idea, and we're doing it. We're absolutely doing that, because that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
So get us ready for the expo.
We'll talk to y'all later, fam. We'll figure it out. We'll have to work out details to be like, okay, where can we be? Where can we be that we're not going to draw a crowd? We will be a little crowd, but it won't be like a big crowd, stuff like that.
Yeah. Can do. Oh, that's so exciting. So yeah, we also do have our virtual hang coming up. If you're a part of the Patreon fam, you do have the opportunity to be part of our virtual hangs. We do have one every month where we go and chat Disney, and you can ask us questions and we play games. It's a fun time. So lots of good stuff, part of the Patreon. If you want to join, if you're interested, we do have the link in our episode notes, or of course you can search Disney Countdown Show on Patreon, and we have a lot of fun over there. So yeah. And speaking of, oh my gosh, D23. Okay. So it's the talk of the town right now, as we are less than a month away. And I've been like putting feelers out there, like on stories and stuff, and what do you want to see? Like what are you hoping they announce?
What are they saying?
So lots of Disney World stuff, especially about Animal Kingdom. Okay. And
we just want answers.
We just want answers. Lots of stuff in the parks. I am definitely that is the panel that I am I get real anxious about. Everything else, I'm just going to have fun, right? It's going to be fun. But that is the showcase that I'm whoo, this is big. And people and cast members are hyping it up too. I'm talking to a friend of mine who's like, get ready. And I'm like, I'm ready, but please don't get my hopes up. It's not what I want to hear.
Ready? Why are we getting ready?
Are you sure it's gonna be good? And please let me know.
Why are you excited about it? Should I be excited, or should I be nervous? Oh.
Right. I know. I think I really hope that we have more about Disneyland Forward, and I think a lot of people do as well. There's more info coming out about that, because it's very minimal right now. There's only concept art and where it's gonna go. But it's I just hope we have maybe a few more specifics about it, but I am not keeping my hopes up, because it's just going to take a while. So
right, I still think it's too early in that process. I think even when they announced it, I did a video and I said, y'all, the game plan and the financial plan for this spans over the next what did we say, 25 30 years?
It's 30 years. Yeah into 2050s. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. I mean, guys, we are only 30 years away from Disneyland's 100th anniversary, which I feel like the goal is to complete by then, by the 100th. So that's also a factor.
That's what makes so tea be about to be spilled all over the computer and the keyboard.
Let's go.
Everybody else is okay, so here down in Walt Disney World, not Disney World, Orlando, Epic Universe over at Universal is about to open. Mm-hmm. They built that entire theme park in 5 years. So the joke is a whole theme park, brand new technology, brand new rides. And everybody's looking at Disney now and being like, okay, Disneyland, your plan says 25 years. What you doing that's going to take that long when they did this in 5?
To be fair, we don't have that kind of space. There's nothing.
You own the space now.
I know.
You have to just take a bulldozer. What is it? The Patrick Star? Not even Disney, Nickelodeon. Just take it and push it somewhere else. Just move it out of the way.
Moving
and
the
just
city.
Build it. Do it.
We just watched that episode too. That's hilarious. I get it. It's fair. I know, but yeah. I can't. There's nothing I can tell you all. It's just it's just their timeline. It's the city of Anaheim. It's a lot. We got a lot of red tape and boundaries and contracts to cross, things to get approved. Right. It's just a lot for us over here in Anaheim. So be patient. Again hoping something comes out at D23 about it, but I'm not holding my breath, so to speak.
Right. And that's where even even in my new current role that I have with Disney, I see a lot more of so there is a lot of red tape, even within certain sides of the company. And I think it makes it more annoying for me to see that. I'm just like, y'all just call him up, call him out, just make it happen. You don't need to be running around like this right now. But right. Whatever. And
I know.
So yes, y'all, we don't know anything. We're still just as excited as you are to hear something at D23. We're hoping to hear something at D23. But we'll be there at the same time. My biggest concern right now, I'm like, I've taken those same worries, Megan. I've put them off to the side of my mind, and I'm like, okay, I can't worry about that. I can't control that, but I can control what I'm going to wear. And now I was kind of teasing last season that maybe I'll do a cosplay, maybe I'll do a Disney bound. I'm thinking I might actually do it for 2 of the days at least.
Let's go. Yes, I love that. I'm going to try for all 3, fun fact. But my outfits they're never nearly as detailed as yours. I just buy them off Amazon. So, I take the cheap, fast route. That's my strategy.
It'll be interesting because I know us, we won't have matching costumes.
No,
so
we will not.
We're going to be the weirdest pair walking around the convention together.
I'm gonna be in Marvel gear, and you're just gonna have something beautiful from the
I'm gonna be an obscure Disney character that people are gonna be like, "Who are you? What is that?" And you just be like, "Don't worry about it. It's fine."
But that's why at D23, when you see the ones or you meet the ones that know who you are, that's how you know you're at the Disney fan convention, the biggest convention of all time for Disney fans. So.
Yes. Speaking of previous episodes, Megan.
Yeah.
Remember how for the longest time we did an episode talking about single rider lanes and all these other things. Yeah. And I thought you were saying Disney World, or not Disney World, Disneyland had a single rider lane for Rise of Resistance, but really you meant Smuggler's Run.
I do remember that. Yes, that episode. Mm-hmm.
Guess what's testing out here in Walt Disney World?
Are you seriously testing out a single rider line? And we're not? What?
Right. I have not been, in all honesty, I have not been to Hollywood Studios in the past week when they started testing this out. Hopefully I will be going sometime this week to be able to go see if this is actually a thing. Mm-hmm. It is still in beta. It is not something that's offered regularly. They will turn off that side of the queue and turn it back on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of they did it for Star Tours for us for a while, and then it went away. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think they're trying to decide, okay, is there a need? Is there not? I think there is. Here, there genuinely is, because Hollywood Studios is the park that all the cast members can go into, and they'll go in on their days off. Because most of the cast are all blocked out of Magic Kingdom because of Tiana's. They're not getting into Magic Kingdom at all. So you have these parties of one just walking in and being like, I really want to ride this ride, but I can't. And all the giant families that are here right now are all weird numbers. So there's so many seats are still available. So they want to fill butts in the seats is what it is.
I get that. And I very much appreciate that. It's always been about efficiency for me and the loading efficiency. So adding a single rider line to Rise, I think, is a great idea. In terms of the logistics of it, I'm like, how are you going to make that work? Are they going to go through the entire experience? Are they going to go through each room? Or do they just go straight to the vehicle? I don't think there's any way to make that happen. But what I'm thinking in my brainium is it's going to be either a cross between Indiana Jones over here and Web Slingers. So basically, you are in the room with everyone, but you're kind of towards the wall a little bit. There's a separate line for you, and then you go and you either have your little ticket with you, and when you walk past the big room with all the stormtroopers, there's a line for you to get in single rider line, and you still have your ticket with you. You have to have that little piece of paper.
That could be it.
Because that was Indiana Jones's way. And Indiana Jones, you'd go through the exit. And they would take your ticket as you as you met up with the regular line.
Oh.
No, so they would check that you had a ticket. You'd meet up with the regular line, and then you'd have to get in the regular line, and then towards where the vehicle loads, you would then get in a separate line, go up the elevator, and come back down for the single line. It was very confusing, and I kind of understand now why they got rid of it. But that was how it worked back when. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody when I'm saying that out loud, but
no, it actually makes sense to me, and I've only written it a couple times, but I think I'll do some more investigating. I will let y'all know. I'll probably make a whole video about it.
If you see it, yes, please let us know. If you're able to see it for yourself, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay. In our notes right here, sorry, it skips all the pre-shows. So yes, it seems like this takes you directly to the ride vehicle, which is interesting. So basically, you are missing half the ride, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Like, so I because the chicken exit meets at that point after the stormtroopers. So like, I bet you're coming in through the chicken exit instead, and you're swapping out, and that's where they are loading people of like, hey, that's where the two regular lines for the odd and even numbers are meeting, and then they're taking you out of that exit. Okay.
So, and that also makes total sense. So you're skipping all the pre-shows. There's no need for that. You just go right to the interrogation room, I'm assuming, because that's where you have
the pre-shows are really the it part, and arguably where the ride starts for us, and we've talked about that in the last episode.
We did.
Like, will it actually be successful? Will people want to do that? Are the cast members are they explaining, hey, if you come in this line, you are not seeing X, Y, and Z?
The stormtrooper room. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're missing the Instagram room.
Yeah. I think, I still appreciate the option. I some people might not care. Might be like, I just want to go on the ride. I just want to experience the ride. For us
regular every time goers, I feel like it's a great option.
For sure. Annual pass holders, locals, definitely. Or someone, someone who is even at Disneyland, because they're the exact same ride and just want to go experience it and get on it quickly. So, the transport door is, anything with Captain Beck or Lieutenant Beck. Yeah, that's so interesting. I am, again, appreciate them testing it out. I think it's great, and we'll see if it actually becomes a thing. So Danielle will keep us posted on that.
I will. I definitely will.
And so, yeah, guys, Danielle is coming over to the West Coast for G23. It's looking like I'm going to try to come over in August this time, because we are still, guys, wedding planning is, she's a lot right now. So I'm going to try to have some plans finalized by the time I make a trip over to Orlando. But it's happening. We are doing it August, and I will for sure be there for Wine and Dine in November. So I'll be there a couple more times this year. Woo! Don't you worry. Oh, yeah. But I think, Danielle, that actually brings us to a little bit of Disney news. Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
We interrupt our program to bring you this
Disney news.
So this is exciting. A new Japan-based cruise ship is coming from Disney and Oriental Land Co. I did see this story.
I love that. Chica, who's one of our Patreon members, she's in the chat, and she actually said a couple minutes ago before we even got into this, she's like, hope we get something about the cruise for Japan. It's going to come in 4 years. And she's so excited for it. She's one of our listeners from Japan. So
we got you, Chica. We got you. Of course. This is big, big news. This is the first of its kind for Disney. And it's so exciting. So this is basically the latest big deal in this partnership, which is a 40-year partnership between Disney and the OLC, which is, of course, the company that owns and operates the Tokyo Disney Resort. And it's very exciting that they're getting the Disney Cruise Line, which will be something that I will want to get on board and be a part of the maiden voyage. Because
again, Disney Cruise, come on, we can work out a cooperation together.
We'll go to Fantasy Springs, and then we'll go in the cruise. It'll be great.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So very exciting stuff. Like Chica said, it's not going to happen for another 4 years. But it's still, it'll be set to commence, early 2029. So,
So we really don't have any other information other than we know it's coming.
Yes.
We don't know really anything else about it. We just know that something is going to be happening, and that's kind of it. So
That's kind of it. There's no details about the ship, nothing what's going to be inside, but I'm sure that will be coming in the next couple years. So good stuff.
But
all good things. All good things.
all good things, all good things. Something we do know, Megan, that is happening at D23. So Chica was saying in the comments that hopefully during D23 we will hear more information about the Japan cruise ship.
We absolutely
Something
will.
that-
That will be, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That'd be huge. And I feel like that would be good under the Disney Experiences showcase. I think that'd be good.
Absolutely. Yep. Mhm.
But there's more. We do have a list of some other things that are happening by from the stages, which is awesome. So we do have a list of what's at the Honda Center, what's at the premiere stage, what's at the archive stage. This means nothing to us until we see the layout of where these rooms are going to be.
I know, because I feel like it changes every 2 years. Like
does.
the grounds or the floor plan is always different. So we'll see how it all works. But the panels and the showcases themselves seem really, really cool. I'm looking forward to a lot of them. There is a Muppets one for Danielle. So
I am so
we have
excited.
that.
And it's
we talked about
Miss
that.
Piggy.
It's Miss Piggy.
Muppets 70th anniversary, because yes, this was the 70th anniversary of the original Muppet movie. Or no, not the Muppet movie. The Muppet Jim Henson Studios.
Jim Henson. Yes. Yeah.
Jim Henson. And it's a glamorous Miss Piggy retrospective.
Like, how fun. Come on. That's awesome. I'm so glad they are giving the Muppets fans this showcase and this like experience. It's going to be cute.
Megan, so I haven't mentioned this anywhere else. I mentioned a sneak peek at one of like my ideas that probably will come to fruition for one of my cosplay outfits. The second one is actually Miss Piggy related, and I probably would wear this on the Friday, right?
The Friday. Oh my gosh. Yes, please do.
Picture for my Muppet fans, picture the Muppet Treasure Island leopard print feather outfit.
Ooh.
Right?
Ooh.
Do you see it?
Yes.
Do you see it?
Yes.
I'm figuring out how I can get a pig prosthetic nose, but it's going to be great.
That would be so iconic.
I'm trying to decide how overly grand I want it to be, because I can make it fabulous, but feathers are expensive, and I know I'm going to have to bring extras because they will fall out or in the suitcase, and I'll just have to pack that and a hot glue gun, and I'm going to have to make it work. So,
oh man,
more to come. We'll see if it actually happens, but I'm really manifesting towards that.
Absolutely iconic. Can't wait. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. The outfits, seeing all the outfits is one of my favorite parts about D23. Very much looking forward to that. I personally am looking forward to Disneyland foods of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That will absolutely be one that I am going to see, because we got the Disney Resort chefs and a co-author of the official Disney Parks cookbook series, which I'm very familiar with, talking about the resort's culinary future. So, and that's my thing, y'all, is the food of the parks.
So does this mean that we're also going to get food announcements?
Maybe.
Because it's yesterday,
especially,
today, and tomorrow?
Especially with the holidays coming up, we might get like early food announcements. We might have announcements by that time about Halloween, but
we better.
Maybe
Halloween,
from
the first Mickey's Not So Scary is the 8th. It's happening the day before this. So
you're for sure getting announcements. Disneyland's obviously is later in August, so it might be at D23, or we might have it before then. I'm not sure, but maybe the holidays or something. It's all really exciting stuff. And then you've got stuff like Magic After Dark, the story of Disney's Nighttime Spectaculars. We have,
Megan,
let's see.
They're going to have a meet and greet every day at the Disney Plus booth, so you can meet Bluey and Bingo.
Yes, that is a huge one. The Bluey meet and greet. That's right. Oh my God. How cute. How cute is that?
I'm so excited. Like, talk about a character meet and greet. It's not going to make our list today, but because I haven't met them yet, but later on, that's going to be a meet and greet option.
That's going to be the line for that, y'all. There might be a virtual queue. I don't know. It's gonna be
There
crazy.
honestly could be.
There could be. Oh man, but that's really exciting because oh, and yes, and Brianna in our chat says don't forget to do your daily sweepstakes entries. Brianna, thank you so much. I have been doing 21
Everybody
Royal
applied to
sweepstakes
everything
every day.
else except for the
21 Royal.
tour of the Disney archives, because that one is exclusive for Danielle. Again, thank you.
Yep. And yes, the dinner at 21 Royal is exclusive for Megan. Please and thank you very much. No, the D23 is doing a really fun thing right now where they have these, we talked about last episode, this insane sweepstakes with tons of different options. You can enter daily, but just one. And then, yeah, that's, we'll see what happens. I'm sure many people are entering, but we'll see. It's just really cool.
Well, in other news, Megan, I don't know if you saw this. And speaking of cars and how you ticked off the Cars people and
The Cars community.
how I mentioned NASCAR and that being two very interesting fan bases. Well, Disney has announced that they are actually official collab with Cars and NASCAR. And so the announcement slated was that they're coming out with new toys. And they are going to be doing 6 die-cast cars from Mattel that are named after some of the real NASCAR drivers.
Oh, cool. Love that.
Two of the drivers were in the last Cars 3 movie, and that was Brian Blaney. NASCAR people, I'm so sorry if I'm going to mess up some of these names. Some of them, they're real
Ryan
Southern,
Blaney.
and even then my accent sometimes doesn't make it work. This one I do know, Bubba Wallace. I do know Bubba Wallace. That one I do know. And they are once again involved, and they're going to, but I love that they're spinning off their names a little bit. So like Bubba Wallace, instead his car's name is Bubba Wheelhouse.
Love it. Love it.
And then Ryan's, instead of Ryan Blaney, it's Ryan Inside Laney.
That's kind of funny. I like that.
That's hilarious.
Inside Laney. That's great.
Inside Lady. So there's 3 other ones. Joey Logano.
Joey Logano.
Joey Logano. William Bryan, and then Austin
Byron,
Dillon are all getting cars also as part of this series.
I love that. Gogo Logano, William Byrev, and Karsten Ace Dillon. That's so funny. And the 6th character, of course, is everyone's favorite, Lightning McQueen. I could tell you right now, my father, if you seen my video about my dad's Hot Wheels collection, it's not just Hot Wheels, it's just miniature cars, exactly like these. My father will be purchasing these. And I will be seeing them probably over at their house whenever they come out. Because he is obsessed with these little cars.
Yeah.
They're so cute. They're really cute. I like them a lot.
Oh,
I
okay.
like the purple one.
Speaking of other major fandoms,
Yes.
this next one I am kind of excited about. So the Country Bear Jamboree is to be available on streaming services. The new updated version will have its own album. You can probably listen to it over on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to your music. And I'm kind of excited about it. Y'all, okay, at the time of this recording, this is Tuesday the 16th that we're recording this episode. Country Bear Jamboree, the updated version, does not technically open until tomorrow, Wednesday the 17th. I will be there. So I have not seen the show. I did not go to any previews. I was not invited to any previews. I don't know. I have not. I'm not passing judgment until I see it in person. I am kind of excited about it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks. I mean, I have seen some previews and heard some snippets of songs, and I am very interested to hear Danielle's opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Looks cute.
And I mean, I don't actually dislike most of the songs. Okay. One thing I will say is that I am so happy that the song Come Again, which I have talked about in many an episode before, stayed in the show, which is the closing out when you're walking out of the theater, is the song that they sing, and it is the original song from the 70s.
Oh, cool. Okay. That's
Yes.
awesome. Love that.
So I'm like, okay, out of everything, I'm happy they kept that one. Yeah. So yeah, that's
awesome.
Again, we'll wait and see, but supposedly this soundtrack will be available. And it will be added into, I have a playlist of all the original country songs from the original show. Mm-hmm. And then I will have all of the new ones underneath it. So that I'll make that a full thing.
Yay. Oh, that's great. I am very much looking forward to listening to it and also watching it for myself. Hopefully next month. Can't wait.
Hopefully. Yes. So I know a lot of people have been messaging me, and they're just like, Danielle, where's the fun facts? I've seen all these other videos, and I'm like, that's because those are all people that went to a preview. They don't know the fun facts where I do. So you will be getting a ton of stuff, but not until after I go see it myself. So calm down, hold your horses, and we'll get to it.
That's why in Dapper Danielle we trust about all things Kosher Bear Jamboree. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Danielle, I think it is now time, since, we're here, it's early in the morning. I think it's time to start our day off right and play a little game.
I say let's get into it.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
Hello. Hi, Chris.
So I have a game. We should play a game. This game was requested last week by listener Christopher from Instagram, which now that I say it out loud, sounds like I suggested it myself. I did not. We're going to play some one-star reviews.
Yes, let's go. 1-star reviews.
The way this works, if you don't know, is I scoured the internet last night, very late last night, looking for 1-star reviews. These are all for rides and attractions. I think the first one is going to be on the West Coast, but the rest of them are all on the East Coast. That's just the way it worked out. So I'll read you 3 1-star reviews. Your job is just to tell me what the review is for. Very simple.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm historically terrible at this game. Ray in the comments is like, Megan gets so mad with these. And I'm like, I do. I get very opinionated.
It makes for good content over on the socials. That's what it does.
It does. It's very true. Hey, Adam also in the chat. Yeah, I am halfway through Rocketeer. I started it. I did it. And I'm going to finish it today.
We had a little watch party in the Discord. If you're part of our Discord family, we did watch. We're testing out watching some movies over there. I ended up watching most of it with the Discord family the other week. Yay! I could see why. Okay, sorry, Chris. Just before we get into your game,
this is the best. I'd rather do this than play the game.
No, don't, Chris. No, we want to play your game too. But I could see why I hadn't seen it, because it is really slow in the beginning. But I did not realize how much the music I recognize. Like, I recognize the music more so than I did anything else.
See, I think that'll be me as well. I like it so far because I recognize like the actors, like Alan Arkin. I'm like, oh, he's so young. Look how cute. And then like what's her name? From somebody in the comments, help me. Jennifer Connelly. Thank you, Adam. What is wrong with me? I know exactly who she is. She's like, oh my God. She's like everyone's like celebrity crush. Yes. So I think it's, it looks really good so far. It's definitely like, it's so funny, like how it's, set in the 1930s or something like that. Is it 1930s or 40s? It's set way 40s. Back when, but it's filmed in the 90s. So it's very 90s coded, but it's also old. It's funny just seeing those timelines. So I'm almost done. I'm going to keep watching it.
I like it because I feel like it's something that Walt would have really enjoyed.
I totally agree. Yes.
Yeah. So it may not be the best movie, but I feel like he would have gotten a huge kick out of it, especially because it's based on like those old time serial stories from way back when. So I feel like it would have been right up his alley, which is pretty cool.
Agreed.
Anyway, back to the game. Let's play some 1-star reviews. So this this is the only West Coast one we have for today's game.
Okay.
Just a quick reminder, I don't correct any of the grammatical errors or any punctuation because, like always, if you're going to put negativity in the world, I'm going to put you on blast. First one, it was a ride that didn't respond no matter how hard I pulled. I really didn't feel happy. I will never ride again.
I think I know it.
That sounds horribly inappropriate. So anyway.
Very good. Excellent and fun for the whole family. Visit it, especially these days when the prices are comfortable. That's a 1-star review, and that seemed like it was not a 1-star review, so I figured I'd add that as well. It was just
what?
Yeah, it was a positive review that they put 1 star on as well. So, what's going on?
Oh, fun.
And then last one, love all 4 movies, and maybe the ride is fun, but it just didn't get the chance to play. I cried myself to sleep again.
That's Toy Story Midway Mania.
Totally Toy Story Midway Mania.
And that is correct.
The polling is what got me. I'm like, well, only one ride polls and has to respond to what you poll. So that would be that one.
Right.
It's
And I
just
love
a reminder when you're putting out reviews, make sure that if it's a 1-star review or a 5-star review, that the star reflects what you're actually trying to do.
Maybe
Otherwise,
she put a
people don't
1-star
do
review because like she didn't like that it was so expensive for the day, even though she liked the attraction.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's a huge jump from 5 to 1 stars. But anyway, that was Toy Story Midway Mania on the West Coast. I don't know if it really made a difference, honestly. But the rest of them are all on the East Coast. Here we go. Here's the next one. I haven't been on this ride since it first opened and remember it being less jolty and dark. More than have the ride. I got you. Not have the ride. This is like how my mom does text-to-speak text messages.
Yes.
More than have the ride was literally a dark ride. This attraction feel needs to be changed out for something new. Next one. Went to this ride with my kid, but he got scared because of bumpy ride and even the animatronics not visible due to darkness. Why Disney have these kind of ride when kids can't enjoy seeing things? Not kid friendly. Last one. My niece recommended this ride. I no longer respect her opinion. This ride was rough. I can't believe they something better. Okay. So what do you think?
It's either because animatronic is throwing me off. So they're actually Ray in the chat is the same thought process. I think it's dinosaur.
Oh.
Danielle, what do you think? Do you agree?
I originally
I think it's something way more ridiculous. I think dinosaur is too easy of an answer. I think it's something really dumb.
I originally thought space. Space was the first one that came to my head.
That was the very first one I thought of too, and then the word animatronic threw me off.
And kid, I feel like kid sounds too young. You know what I mean to go on space.
Awful parents take their kids on everything here in Disney
true.
World. I see all the crying happen here whenever I'm in the park, and then I'm judging y'all's parenting. The I don't know. What about Haunted Mansion?
Haunted Mansion is incorrect. Dinosaur is correct.
So it is dinosaur. Okay.
One of those.
Yeah. Animatronic was the one that kind of threw me over to dinosaur. I was like, oh, maybe they are talking about the
review stated it was a dinosaur animatronic, but I left that out just to make it a little more difficult.
Oh, no. Yeah. That's good, Chris. Good.
That is a scary ride, though, y'all. I did not go on it until I was 22 years old, and it was only because I got a cast member backstage preview of it so I could see the dinosaurs up close with the lights on, so I knew it was coming, and that's the only reason why I like the ride and I can withstand it now.
That's kind of fun, Danielle. What a fun experience.
Yeah, I got to touch dinosaurs. The giant T-Rex. Yeah. He feels like he feels like the Nerf guns.
Yes.
But the bullets, the little Nerf bullets, he feels like an oily version of a Nerf bullet.
I see that. Weird. Yeah.
Here we go. Next one.
All right.
I will say a lot of the negative reviews on a lot of these were having to do with the long lines, which, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just what's going to happen. I'm like,
that's just Disney. Yeah.
Anyway, here it is. The line is simply unreal, and don't be fooled by the wait time estimate. In the middle of the 2 to 3 hour wait, a recorded message will announce that the ride is operating a limited capacity. Ridiculous. You pay hundreds of dollars to wait.
I think
Next one. I know the ride is one of a kind, but apparently it will be years before I find out firsthand, because we visit every 2 years and it's always closed. In fact, look forward to being able to change this to a 5-star review, but until then, we are one Disney-pointed family. And then in parentheses, this is a pun for disappointed, which is the best kind of joke when you have to explain
when you have to explain the joke. I'm dead at that one. Oh my god.
Oh my.
And the last one, A 4-hour wait for a 4-minute ride with a moving chair. The actual attraction is really just a movie theater that fits 64 people and nothing else. What do you think?
Okay, I totally was thinking Tower of Terror originally, and now I'm so confused. So is it Flight of Passage?
Agree or disagree, Megan?
That sounds right. Yes, I agree.
It does sound right. Guess what it is?
Let's go, Danielle. Well done. Because that last one is a giant movie screen. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was 100% thinking it was Tower of Terror, only because here in the past year, it's only one of the elevator drops has been working. So I was like, okay, it literally is only half of the ride, and it takes so long, it doubles the line because only one is working instead of both of them. Mm-hmm. So that's why I thought it was originally. And then they said screen. I'm like, okay, it has to be Flight of Passage.
Yep.
Here's the next one. We couldn't enjoy this attraction because it wasn't working, which seemed very unfair on Disney's part. Okay. Because you save money to make the trip and buy tickets to the park, it seems to me that it should be an obligation for the attractions to be available, no matter the issues it faces. Do better.
We love the entitlement in that 1-star review. Let's go, people.
Round of applause.
Here's the next one. Been on this ride many, many times. Driver was very rude today because I had to be on my phone for the first part of the trip. I wasn't on my phone by choice. It was a work-related emergency, and she did not have to specifically call me out and to be rude. Not once, but twice.
I'm dead. Okay.
I like a work-related emergency.
Then why are you on the ride? Anyway.
And here's the last one. This review is not for the ride, but a small cart placed nearby selling shaved ice. This is the worst shaved ice ever. More like chipped ice, which froze back into a lump. Go visit Hawaii and eat at Matsumoto's or Aoki's instead. People were seen throwing it away since it can't be eaten with a plastic spoon. The ride was bumpy and a bit fast to take pictures.
This is Kilimanjaro Safaris, right?
This is definitely Kilimanjaro Safari.
I am dead. This is my favorite one. Oh my god, that last one, like describing places to get Hawaiian shaved ice in Hawaii.
Where do they sell shaved ice at?
What is going on? When was Chris? Did you get the dates on when these were posted?
This one was in the past year.
Oh,
really?
Danielle. Yeah.
See, it's because I don't usually buy frozen treats over in Animal Kingdom unless there's a lid on it for some reason, because everything melts too quickly. I'm not going to have ice cream or something that's shaved ice over there because you can't eat it fast enough before it disappears.
Right.
Okay. But to the driver's defense, right, for the phone call related one, if you're right there in the front row and you're trying to talk over her as she's telling you about the animals, she's gonna call you out because her microphone's picking you up, sir.
Exactly. And right, if she's in your line of sight and she can see you talking on the phone, taking a work call, have a sense of humor. You're not supposed to be doing that in Disney Park, first of all, and definitely not on a ride. Right. And she will rightly call you out. I 100% support that. And
if you're being louder, talking on your phone to be like, that's not the you're over budget for this quarter. Sir, that's a giraffe. Stop yelling in that direction. You're being too loud.
Yeah. I think that's hilarious. Those made me laugh. That was a good one.
That was good.
So here's the last one for this game.
All right.
Rained during attempts to ride. Quite disappointing.
Rained?
Welcome to Florida, y'all. Hashtag for the past 2 nights.
Next one. Very underwhelming roller coaster. If you're seeking thrill rides, go to Universal or any other theme park. The ride's theming makes it look geared towards children. Disney has 0 thrills.
Have you
finally
been on Tower of Terror? Okay.
An employee pulled us out of the line just to have someone to talk to. Sure, my family would have enjoyed the ride much more had the man not pulled us aside in the middle of the line because our whole family needed to enter together instead of a few of them arriving later and simply cutting ahead to catch up with us.
What? Okay, it's Slinky Dog Dash.
It is Slinky Dog Dash. Let's talk about it.
And because you're wrong, Slinky Dog is the best. Anyway,
He's the best.
I love Slinky. I love that little doggy. But okay, I love how they put in, oh no, we were cutting the line and making our entire family meet up with us, but you didn't let us do that. So 1-star review. Good props to the cast member though, that made it look like they were just like talking to them for a brief second and were keeping them engaged while they were waiting for the rest of the party to show up. Mm-hmm. Bravo and props to them for making it a positive, negative 1-star review. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Well done.
And that was it. 1-star reviews.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Always fun. Always entertaining to hear these. Appreciate it.
Makes us feel better about ourselves and makes us realize that some people be crazy. That's what it is.
Just be bitter. They be bitter. So
Yep.
That was fun. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, for that game. Again, we appreciate it. Good one. I'm glad we did one that one of our followers and listeners have actually like requested. So if you guys want us to play a certain game, or maybe you have ideas for a game, let Chris know. Send us a message. Send us a message over in the Discord. We actually have a section called Game Ideas, and we talk all in there about it. And Chris is our game master, so he's looking through those and seeing what's going on. Yes.
Yep. So fun. Oh, so entertaining. But Danielle, a lot of that was about the parks. Now let's get to our countdown, which is parks related, and that's our 6 through 10 Disney character meet and greets.
We did such a good job in the last 2 episodes talking about like telling everybody what it was beforehand, and we completely forgot again.
I did. No, I did. Oh yeah. You're done. Click rewind. I did at the top of this episode.
Okay. Maybe I was still waking up because I thought I was still in
from your
dreamland.
dream. Yes, you were still waking up from your dream. That's okay. That's all right. But yes, it was mentioned, and very excited to get into this list. We obviously have so many different options from the parks, both East and West Coast, and we could do internationally as well. But these are going to be characters that you'd meet in the parks. And I think, Danielle, I feel like I started the last one, so I would love to hear your number 10 when you're ready.
For sure. Now, I'm also doing meet and greets that I have actually experienced, right? So that does affect the list. Some of these meet and greets no longer exist, but maybe there were some of my favorite interactions, and I would love to have them back, or a version of them back, So number 10 for me, nobody should be surprised about, but it's going to be the roaming Country Bear Jamboree characters here in Frontierland. Yes, how much I love them, because I don't know. I think it's more of they get into trouble, right? So we don't have a lot of roaming characters here in Disney World. These are like literally some of our only roving characters. Yes. Now with the new costume updates, I believe it's only Big Al and it's not Ernest. I think it's Terrence. Nope. Shaker's not even back yet. He's in a totally different costume. Wendell. It's Wendell. It's Big Al and Wendell. Wendell's the one that now plays with Teddy Bear, and he sings A Whole New World in the new show. And so they're the only 2 bears, I believe, that are back. The other 2 have not been redesigned and have not come back yet, because they have completely different costumes now. And I like when they go running around and they're just like poking through stuff. They'll mess with the cast members over at the carts and like pick up stuff. And they'll like move stuff around, or they'll just randomly start following people, and people they're either so distracted by what's happening, like they're trying to get to a ride, or they're on their phone, and then all of a sudden you'll just have Big Al just slink up behind them and we'll just sneak around and just be like, "What you doing?" And then scare the crap out of them, and it's great.
It's hilarious because Big Al, he has a very distinct look to him, and that is that's so funny. I also
and then you turn around,
witnessing that happen. I know, like is awesome. I also do love the roaming country bears, which we used to have. And Big Al makes his appearances during After Dark events sometimes, but that's about it. So that's always fun to see in Magic Kingdom. I love that.
Yeah.
Love it. Yay. Okay. Great start to this list.
Yeah.
My number 10 is a little bit more mainstream, and it's Goofy. How can you not love meeting Goofy? Specifically in like, I love the Main Street Goofy, and I love Goofy's Kitchen Goofy, because that's where you get your own little private experience with him. He's got a little backdrop. You have a few minutes with him. He's, so excited. He's got his little chef uniform on, and it's just, he's always so cute, and he's so sweet, and like, messes with, whatever hat you have on or something like that. And I love it. So Goofy is number 10. And he's also one of my favorite characters in general. So I feel like I might be a little biased, but he is a great meet and greet, kind of no matter where he is. So there's Goofy at number 10.
Oh, that's fabulous. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, my number 9, I've only gotten to really experience. Okay, I finally got to have a one-off meet and greet with her for a brief second here recently. But my number 9 is Clarabelle Cow.
Oh, so good.
Because
Yes.
I love her so much. But she's at number 9 instead of up further in my list because you can't technically meet her here in Disney World. You can maybe get the one-off photo I got with her was because of the hoedown that was happening. She was wandering around, and I believe her attendant and her recognized me, and they were like, hey, this is your chance, get a photo. I'm like, okay. So I literally have 2 photos snapped in that instance where I was able to get that real quick. But I did get to meet her in her holiday outfit. I love that Clarabelle over in Disneyland gets the different holiday outfits.
She does. She is included in the outfits group there that gets new outfits every year. So I am also a big fan of that.
The diva of dairy, and she is
her.
so sassy. She is so fantastic. I just love meeting her, but she's at number 9 because I can't meet her here in Disney World. I have to go over to
That's
Disneyland
fair.
to be able to meet her.
That is fair, yes. And I so appreciate you putting her in your list because she deserves all the love. We love Clarabelle. My Pride Night Clarabelle we scream for her. She's just amazing. She's so fabulous. So yes, yay.
She's an icon. She's a legend. She is the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Great choice, Danielle. Love. All right, so my number 9, switching gears a little bit, is going to be the Mad Hatter. And listen, I know that we are not the biggest Alice in Wonderland fans between Danielle and I, but meeting the Mad Hatter is a fun experience. It has been my entire life. Through my childhood, I've always loved talking to the Mad Hatter because of how goofy and silly he is, how he can literally pull things out of his hat, out of his coat. We just met him the other day because we went by the wishing well to take pictures, and Alice and him were over there, and he just pulls out a teacup from his coat, and then he puts it on her head and pulls out a tea bag and puts it in that's just so funny and like cute. He was like, "Here, would you like some tea?" He's just so clever, and that's why he's got to be on my list because I've just known him to be that fun and great to meet, like literally from childhood. So that's why Mad Hatter's at 9.
That's a good one. My 2 cents on that is that we used to have a roaming Mad Hatter and Alice here in Disney World.
You did. I was wondering that. Okay. Yeah.
And then post-COVID, they were like the 2 characters that definitely did not come back. The stepsisters did come back.
Yes.
Fairy Godmother has not come back. Susie and Perla, the mice, they were also roaming around characters. It's basically only Peter Pan and only Anastasia and Drizella. So we lost most of our characters. Am I salty? Am I bitter? Obviously. And, but the videos, the amazing videos and interactions of Mad Hatter are all from Disneyland, y'all. So just go to Disneyland, meet Mad Hatter.
He is out and about a lot over here. Yeah.
Oh, how have I not run into him while I've been over there?
I know. He's in Fantasyland. He roams around Fantasyland, comes over to the Wishing Well occasionally. So we just got to hang out there at some point.
Okay.
And wait for him.
Maybe it's because I always go to Fantasyland at night and he's only there during the daytime.
It's the daytime he's there. He's rarely there at night. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I have a secondary list over here. So I'm adding that to the secondary list, Hatter for my D23 adventures. Okay.
Perfect.
Add it to the list.
Add to list.
All right. Actually, on that same note, my number 8 is also, I kind of gave it away there just now. It's Fairy Godmother.
Oh, yay. I love her so much.
She is fabulous, and you can't meet her anywhere now. So you used to be able to meet her at 1900 Park Fair. You used to be able to meet her behind the castle, and you can't meet her anywhere now. And I am so sad about this. She still appears in the holiday parades. So where they have the giant mirror float, the float that will never die, that's been around since the late 70s, early 80s. Literally will never die.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And right. She's at the very top at the end of that float. And every time I see her, I cry. Like it is the inner fairy godmother in me and that's why she's at number 8, because she makes me too emotional. Whenever I see her, there is like okay. Little story, and I don't want to break any magic, but one of the friends of Fairy Godmother here at Walt Disney World has been around for years. Originally, it was a friend of Snow White and was a media friend of Snow White.
Wow. Okay.
She has been grandfathered into every. The legend was, I don't know if this is still true, but when I first started pre-COVID, the legend was that she had a opening day part in each of the parades. And she either, whether it was a flag holder or something, so that way she could be in every single debut parade.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And so she's still friends with Fairy Godmother, even though she doesn't appear as much anymore. And she does the heart hands. Like, she's the one that originated the heart hands and also originated the Snow White kissing on the forehead. That was her, I believe.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
And
awesome.
So there's a video that went viral pre-COVID, again, 2019, y'all, that this lady met Snow White in the mid 80s, came back with a photo of her to see Fairy Godmother. So cool. So cool.
That's
and this,
really cool.
this Fairy Godmother is genuinely Fairy Godmother. I've gotten to meet her many a times, and I cry every single time I meet her. It's fantastic.
That is incredible. I mean, what an absolute legend, you know? Like,
she literally is.
Truly a Disney legend. That's amazing. I had no idea that, that was even a thing, that she was there. So that is really, really special. Gives me chills, truly.
It's like, yes.
Okay.
What about you, Miss Megan?
like going off of that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Literally making the biggest 180 here. Sorry, y'all. It's Sadness at number 8.
Going from emotional to an emotion.
So magical to like an emotion. Speaking of when you tear up, I have Sadness at number 8 because, first of all, when you see Sadness at DCA, you're just like,
she's
oh
so
my God,
cute.
I want to give her a hug. She's so cute. And the way that she moves, her hands are always right here, and she always does her little wave, and she even puts her hands over her eyes sometimes and pretends like she's crying, and it's just like the best thing ever. Everyone loves Sadness. How could you not love Sadness, especially after Inside Out too? So we do love our Sadness over here, and she is just so weirdly so fun to meet because of, I mean, the girl's not afraid of her emotions. Let's be real. And we love that about her. So Sadness is, again, complete 180, but she's my number 8.
That is a pretty good one. I've only met Sadness like once or twice. And because she was another character, she was a meet and greet character. Her and Joy met in Epcot before all the major construction, and then she disappeared, and then only Joy hung out, and then you got Sadness, and then I was bitter. So I don't know.
Sorry.
This speaking of emotions, this countdown's bringing out a whole different wave of emotions in me. I'll tell you that.
So true. Oh man. All
Okay.
right. What's your number
Are we
7?
down to number 7?
We are at 7.
Okay. My number 7, I put her at number 7. Don't get angry at me. Don't get angry at me. But it is Daisy Duck. And
Great choice.
I love her to death. And
you thought she'd be higher. Okay.
I think she should be a little bit higher. This one I really debated with if she should be in my top 5 or if she should be in a little bit further back. And that's why she's sitting pretty at number 7. And the reasoning why is because I love meeting her with Donald here in Disney World. That is a thing now. You can meet them both together at Hollywood Studios. But I also loved meeting her one-on-one in Disneyland. And
she's fun one-on-one. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The sass and the drama in Disneyland was real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She does her twirls. She does her spins. She does her poses.
her little like pop the feathers.
Pop the hands.
Some of my best photos from the holiday season, like me and Clarabelle, we got some good photos, right? But me and Daisy, the attitude, the model poses. If you're willing to like let loose with a character, they can read it, right? So this, let's add that in for any of these character meet and greets. If number one, if you know who you're meeting, don't call them the wrong name. Please don't call them the wrong name. Actually, ask it. If you're not sure, ask the character attendant before you walk up there. So you're not saying, oh, hey, I don't know what you would call Daisy Duck other than Daisy. Oh, she's been called Donald before by accident. And she has the clear bow on top of her head. And then she'll be like, wait, what? How dare you?
Got the lashes. She's got lashes.
Right? And I'm like, how do you not know this is Daisy? So just know who you're talking to beforehand. And if you know more about the character, the better the interaction is, y'all. Right. And because I went up to her and was like, Miss Daisy, we're giving so much sass today. I'm loving this. She feeds off that energy and she will keep going. Oh, it's amazing.
Yes. Oh, Daisy is iconic. It's very on this kind of the same plane as Clarabelle. Love meeting her as well. Sadly, and I'm sorry to everyone, she's not in my top 10. She might be in the bonus. You never know. But I do love Daisy. It's only because I haven't met her at like, I think I've only like interacted with her once or twice, which is my bad. But I do love her. And I've gotten many a video of her doing her twirls and her little poses, and they're my favorite. So great choice, Danielle.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, kind of in a similar boat, my number 7 is Sorcerer Mickey. And there's just so much to say about Sorcerer Mickey. So number one of our first interactions with him, I think it was Sorcerer Mickey, but I was 9 years old. We went to Disney World for the first time. And one of our last visits was to Magic Kingdom. And it was where, I don't know if it was just Mickey Mouse or Sorcerer Mickey, but he was one of our last like meet and greets that we did. And it was the hug rule took place. So I know there's not a hug rule, but it was definitely like we just kind of hugged him for a really long time. Aww. And Sorcerer Mickey is just, I think he's very special to me because he is, I guess, a little more of the rare Mickey to meet. And you can meet him still. I think you can still meet him in his house sometimes over here. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, just because like you used to be able to at Toontown. He was the one that would swap out. So,
so you would have normal Mickey and also Sorcerer Mickey?
Correct. In his house in Toontown. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are like 2 different types of Mickeys. So I met him quite a bit. He is my favorite, type of Mickey just in general, and has also been like my mom's favorite Mickey for so many years. So it is very special to meet him. And, because he also, it's fun to see him in Fantasmic too. So it's like, you're meeting the Fantasmic Mickey. So yeah, that's why he's at number 7, just because we go way back. I have known that he's like been my favorite Mickey since I was a kid. So
if y'all did not know, the one character meet and greet we do have here in Disney World is that over in Hollywood Studios is where Sorcerer Mickey lives.
We did meet him last year too, by the way. Yeah.
Yes.
We waited in that line.
And he lives. So if you are planning your trip out and you did not know this, I really love Sorcerer Mickey also. And you meet Minnie Mouse, you would meet old Hollywood Minnie Mouse first, and then you go and meet Sorcerer Mickey down the hall. So you have 2 character interactions in the same building. They're just not together. And it's across from ABC Commissary behind Frozen Ever After before you get into Star Wars Land over there. Very cool interaction.
Yeah. It is really, really cool way a great time doing that last year. That was very memorable. So, yep, there's my number 7.
Oh, that's a good one, Megan. Well,
thank
y'all,
you,
we are already
Megan.
down to number 6. And before we get into it, again, thank y'all so much for listening this far into the episode. We genuinely, really, really appreciate it. And we will be back for the next episode with our top 5 of our character meet and greets, and some more Disney news, some more fun stuff coming your way. So thank y'all again so much.
Yeah,
but
thanks, guys.
number 6. This one's at number 6 because it's not a normal meet and greet. And it was back in the day. And I'm still, again, you can tell I'm bitter about it. It is Tiana and Naveen meeting together.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you put this on your list because I wanted to. I really did. But they're amazing. Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, gosh. And I think I've talked about it before on the podcast, but my favorite interaction that I had growing up was I want to say it was either my 16th birthday is when Princess and the Frog came out. So it was either the 17th or 18th birthday. I went again to Disney World because I was a Florida kid, and met Tiana and Naveen in the gazebo behind Liberty Square. Okay. And Naveen saw my birthday button and started singing to me the jazziest version of Happy Birthday I had ever heard. Tiana started harmonizing. They were twirling me around, and I almost lost it.
I love that so much.
Oh my gosh, yes. So you only get to see Tiana and Naveen when they meet together for special holiday events. They're usually a couple together near the riverboat here during the Very Merry Christmas Party. So last year during the Very Merry Christmas Party, I'm all dressed up. The party's not even started yet. I go and I am that person. That's the first person in line for the first set of the night. And I'm like, I got to go ahead and get this character interaction out of the way. If I don't, the line's going to be too long. And it did. Mm-hmm. It got over like an hour-long wait for them. And I was the first one to meet them. I got in line 40 minutes in advance. And I was the first one to meet him. It was great.
That's amazing. Oh, I do love them so much, and man, I would love to meet them over there. I think it's only for special events for us too, where you can meet them both. Because Tiana sometimes walks around over in New Orleans Square by Tiana's Palace, and I'm sure we'll have her walking around.
Tiana and Naveen's characters have such great chemistry, and that's why I want them to come back as like normal meet and greet characters.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I do too. Yeah. Because they really do have good chemistry. They're my favorite float in Magic Happens.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, love it. Very well done, Danielle. Nice. All right.
Thank you.
All right. So, now my number 6. Okay. This is also kind of a special event night. This is for Oogie Boogie Bash. It's going to be Sid. And now he is not someone that you can meet one-on-one. This is someone you do kind of walk past. It's a walk-through kind of meet and greet. But man, does it feel like you're one-on-one? Because he roasts the heck out of you. Every time you walk by him, he will point you out, say something about your outfit, say something about your hair, it's literally one of the best things about Oogie Boogie Bash, in my opinion. I will go over there multiple times just to be roasted by Sid. Such a cool backdrop, by the way. They have all the little of Sid's toys by him.
Yes.
And it's kind of like Sid's showcase, something like that. So, and the person who is friends with Sid is unbelievable. Like in terms of the quick wit, his ability to be just on it and like calling you out, but doing it in a very funny way.
Improv acting.
It's really, really good. And the fact that they can do that for hours blows my mind. So that is why he had to be in my top 10, because again, low key, my favorite part about Oogie Boogie Bash is Sid. So
I love that.
Yeah. It's a fun time. Do not miss out on that, by the way. If y'all are going this year, definitely see Sid and definitely see Villains Grove. Those are my highlights. So
yes, and don't worry, y'all. As we get a little bit further into Halloween season, we will talk a little more in detail about like our things. We'll have experienced the Halloween parties and some of the changes that'll be coming to Oogie Boogie Bash also, and we will happily talk about those in the podcast. So don't you worry, we will cover some of those topics too.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Well, Danielle, I'm loving the list so far. Can't wait to see your top 5, which is going to be next week. Hope you guys are enjoying. Of course, if you have meet and greets you want to share with us, please do. Our DMs are open. We also, of course, leave a review if you'd like on Apple. And just thank you all so much for listening to this episode. We really appreciate it. And until we see you next week, have a very magical day.
And night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. Woo! Okay. I didn't think this episode was going to bring out so many emotions in me, but I'm so happy about it, but
It's
also a little bitter at the
emotional.
same time. So we'll
Lots
see
of
how
emotion.
the next episode goes.
Right. To have your name at the end of our new episodes and to receive a bunch of magical perks, please check out our Patreon via the link in the episode notes.
Or visit patreon.com/Disney Countdown Show. We'll see you there.